Hey guys, so today we are going to talk about Virgin Voyages. Many of you may not be familiar with Virgin Voyages cruise line, and so we're going to talk about it today. But first, I'm going to show you a little video about Virgin.
Mama, Papa, was your suitcase packed but not mine? How could you leave us kids behind? Parents are going on a cruise without us kids, and we know whose fault this is. Virgin Voyages says we can't cruise till we're 18, which makes us shake like we had caffeine. Virgin Voyages says no kids on the ocean, so we're causing a commotion. You'll be sipping cocktails under the starlit night while we're back home without an invite. Sure, you've earned a gourmet spin, but we're experiencing existential dread. Adults, enjoy the cruise. We know you deserve it, but the fact we can't go is total bull.
All right, I think they did a good job with that little commercial. I've never seen that one put out anywhere, but that's one of the ones that we have access to as a travel agent. So yeah, as you can see, no kids allowed. So if you want to get away from those crowded hot tubs that have nothing but kids in them, or the pools with kids in them, or kids running around screaming until 1 o'clock in the morning, this is the cruise line for you. So I figured I'll let y'all know a little bit about Virgin if you don't know. Virgin is only 3 years old. They have 3 ships, almost going to have 4 ships pretty soon. They are new, as I said. They've only been around for 3 years, but they have been blah, blah, blah. I can't speak today. They have been voted the top cruise line for the last 3 years. Their score, when they go around and give all the cruise ships an overall score, their score was 94.80. So they have the highest score among all the cruise lines out there. They have sailings anywhere between 4 to 12 nights. They actually stay at their destinations 30% longer. So you don't have to usually worry about pier runners because you get to stay there for like the whole day. And the same with for next year, they want to increase it to 50% and have less sea days. So you get more time to travel and see places. The average age group for this cruise line is 35 to 54. So you still have some that are younger and some that are older, but that's the average. The cabins, they have a variety inside, the view through the window, and then your balconies, they call a sea terrace. And on their sea terraces, they have hammocks, or a few of them, depend on their location, may have an egg chair. But either way, you got a nice place to sit out there on the balcony. They have very modern design ships. The rooms and everything are very modern designed. Because they have, all the itineraries that are out there in the 4 to 12 days. They're looking at going and moving their shorter itineraries from a Thursday to a Monday because they realized it matched flights a lot better getting to their destination. I think especially probably for their main location in Miami. When you book a Virgin Voyages cruise line, what is included is your Wi-Fi, your tips, sodas, entertainment, fitness classes, flexible booking. So if you need a change, something came up, you can't make it, you need a change, they don't penalize you for all that. The same thing if you need to change a name, like say your roommate, whoever was going with you, just suddenly just decides to cancel and you got to have someone else take their place. They don't cause a big fuss, and you can actually change the names up to 48 hours before you sail. There's also no buffets, no main dining rooms. It's 20 plus eateries, so kind of like a food court around the ship. A lot of little eateries. They even got to go, so you can take it with you to your room or go sit by the pool. They have what I thought was really cool is the people who bring their food on these ships, because these dishes, they say, are prepared by Michelin star chefs. They're the ones who created their dishes. And so the food trucks and the food companies that supply Virgin also supply two other cruise lines, and that is Silver Seas and Regent Seven Seas. And if you don't recognize those names, that is because those are the luxury ships. So only these three cruise lines are getting food from this company. So that ought to tell you, that their food is really good. One of the restaurants that I think is pretty cool is called Gumbae. So if you're into the Korean culture, you like to have the Korean barbecue and play drinking games, that is the restaurant for you. And all these restaurants, they are included. You don't got to pay extras to go into them. You just got to make a reservation to be able to go, because they don't, they're not real big, but because there's 20-something eateries, you're always going to find a restaurant to be able to book into. Something else that is interesting with Virgin is they don't do drink packages. So you don't have to worry like some cruise lines. If one person buys the drink package, then it makes the other person have to buy the drink package. Not with Virgin. With Virgin, they have what's called a bar tab. So you put however much you think you're going to spend on your bar tab. Now, this bar tab is for the cabin. So you can use it, they can use it. You share this bar tab. And not only that, is say only one person drinks and the other one doesn't. That's okay, because the bar tab is for whoever's in the cabin. Another good thing with the bar tab is if you go up to the bar, say you meet some friends, and you tell the bartender, hey bartender, I want to buy my new friends a couple of drinks. You can do that, because this is a bar tab, not a drink package. There are no limits on how much you get to have. In your bar tab, if you say you put $100 on your bar tab and you want to have more, you can go up to guest services and add more money to your bar tab. That's fine. So I thought that was pretty cool. Entertainment, they have shows. They have karaoke rooms. What other cruise line has karaoke rooms? Just like if you were in Korea, would you like the Korean culture? Or even Japan, they have karaoke rooms, and so does Virgin. Virgin even has tattoo parlors. So if you're into that kind of thing, you can get a tattoo. They even have the spa. You can go in there and get your massages and get your nails done, other stuff. They do parties on the ship, like PJ parties, 70s, Y2K, 80s, even a Caliente, their Scarlet Night. But something else that I thought was pretty cool is their beach club, their Bimini Beach Club. Your food and drink packages, or your bar tab and your food follow you onto their beach club. So you don't have to go out there and think, oh, I'm just going to be able to get one meal, or I'm just going to be able to get one drink, or something like that. No, it transfers over. So whatever you get there, you can get there. And something else I like with Virgin too is kind of like how I have a watch with a little, you have a head on your watch. That's how their room keys and to get your bar tabs or whatever, it's on like a bracelet. So I think that's really cool. Oh, and something else that's really, really nice. If you're like normally a all-inclusive traveler, and from March till October is nothing but seaweed when you go into the Caribbean and a lot of those all-inclusive places. Not in Bimini. Bimini is on the other side of the island. So on these islands, one side gets all that nasty, stinky seaweed, and Bimini doesn't. So you never have to worry about the seaweed. Virgin also does status match. So if you're wanting to try it out and cross over from another cruise line that you have, they do status matches. And one other good thing too, if you got a bunch of friends that want to go and you want to get up a group, if you get 10 cabins or more, you get a free cabin. So if you know a bunch of friends who want to go, then we can hook you up and we'll get your cabins. And then you can have a free cruise, because you can book all your friends or your family and go and get away from the kids. All right. Well, this sounds interesting. You can send me a message. I am a travel agent, so I can book it. I can set it up, send a link, and you can book yourself even if you like to. If you don't want to have to deal with somebody, you just kind of like to go on the computer and do your own thing, I send you my link, and you can do your own thing all by yourself. But anyway, hope you enjoy. Bye.